आला अज़ीम बलाई नाल काफी करबलाई तूल ज़मान बुकाई वाला फताया हुसैन या सैयदाश शोहदाई आखी अलीयुन मुदनिफ मुकब्बलुन मुस्तदअफ यमशी इला शाम मिन ताफ बिला हिदाइन वला खौफ आहिन अला रमदाई वाला फताया हुसैना या सैयदाश शोहदाई अजलिल बेहा मिन रज़िया आज़िम बेहा मिन बलिया बना तो खैरुल बरिया सब युलजुमूअ शक़िया युसक़ना सक़ल इमाई वाला फताया हुसैना या सैयदाश शोहदाई या लहफ़ता ले अली शबीह ताह नबी ज़ाकल कमील अबी लम यरदा बिबनि दाई यहकुमु फिल औलियाई वाला फताया हुसैना या सैयदाश शोहदाई या लहफ़ता ले तिफ़ली लहु अज़ीमिल फ़ज़ली रामाहु नज़लुन बिनबली मादल यौमिल फ़स्ली फ़ी अदहिल अलियाई वाला फताया हुसैना या सैयदाश शोहदाई या लहफ़ुल अब्बासी है ज़ब्रे यौमिल बासी अस्बह खैर मुआसी ले सिनवहिल क़सक़ासी मुदर्रजन बिद्दिमाई वाला फताया हुसैना या सैयदाश शोहदाई. This Marsiya poem has been composed by the noble wife of Maulana al-Muqaddas Syedna Qutbuddin al-Mu'mineen Sayyid al-Fadila Busaheba Sakina Aaisaheba. A tear is an amazing thing. It brings together the heart, the soul, mind and body into a small drop of water flowing from the eyes. What is the price of that tear? If it is for joy, it brings happiness. If it is for grief, it brings sadness. But if the tears of a mu'min are for Husain, it will earn him 8 heavens. If they are Fatima's tear for a mu'min, they will save him from hellfire and an entry into Jannat and life everlasting. So mu'min, cry your heart out. Heaven awaits you. Khayrul Anaam Muhammadun wa wasiyuhu. Khayrul Anaam Muhammadun wa wasiyuhu. Wal baratu Zahra حسناني قوم بهم كشف العمى وبهديهم قوم بهم كشف العمى وبهديهم هدي الورى من حيرة الطغيان من لا تتم صلاتنا إلا بهم من لا تتم صلاتنا إلا بهم وبهم ينادى وقت كل أذان خزان علم الله مهبط وحيه خزان علم الله مهبط وحيه والموضحون شرائع الإيمان أعلام دين الله أركان الهدى أعلام دين الله أركان الهدى سفن النجاة دعائم الإيمان حبل الإله فمن تعلقه نجا حبل الإله فمن تعلقه نجا وهوى مخالفه إلى الخسران ولقد وقفت بكربلاء فجددت ولقد وقفت بكربلاء فجددت كربي وأزكت في الحشاء حزاني وذكرت في عاشوراء مسرع سيدي مولاي وأسفا على العطشان ولا بكيان على الحسين وصحبه بدم ودمع دائم التهتان ولا بكيان على القتيل بكربلاء عريان مطروحا بلا أكفان ولا بكيان على غريب محمد بالطاف فردا نازح الأوطان ولا بكيانا على بنات محمد مسبية بالظلم والعدوان ما عذر قاتل أهل بيت محمد في الحشر عند الواحد الأمان ما الله عن ظلم العباد بغافل لكن لهم يوم عظيم الشان صلى الإله على نبي وآله ما غرد القمري في الأغصان.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه وبوليه وداعيه نستعين في جميع الأمور. الحمد لله وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى. الله خير عما يشركون. بديع السماوات والأرض وإذا قضى أمرا فإنما يقول له كن فيكون. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد حتى لا يبقى من الصلوات شيء. وسلم وبارك وارحم وترحم على محمد وآل محمد حتى لا يبقى من التسليم والبركة والرحمة والترحم شيء. كما صليت وسلمت وباركت ورحمت وترحمت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. بالميم والعين والحائين والفاء نيلي لما أنا راجيه وإلفائي بالخمسة الحجب اللاتي بها احتجبت ذات الذوات فأبدت نور الآلاء. مطالع النور من كان الظهور بها للمنصت السامع الواعي وللرائي. تلك المقامات عند العارفين بها وسيلتي في معادي يوم رجعي. آل طه الرضا خيرة الخير وأمان الأنام من الغير. هم مصاص المصاص وهم زبذ الخلق طرا من البدو والحضر. فمحلهم من بني آدم كاليواقيت من سائر الحجر. قد علا جدهم إذ أتى جدهم أحمد المصطفى سيد النذر. وأبوهم علي له رتبة تتعالى عن الوهم والفكر. قد عفى الله عن آدم بهم إذ تناول من ذلك الشجر. ونجي الإله نجا بهم إذ طغى الماء من ذلك الخطر وعلى جدهم إبراهيم بهم بردت نار أعدائه الكفر والكليم ابن عمران تكليمه كان منهم بواسطة الخضر والمسيح ابن مريم أحيا بهم رمما كنا في عفر الحفر منهم الطيب الطهر زبدة من قد مضى من أبوته الغرر فلعقد الإمامة هم ضرر وأبو قاسم درة الدرر إن مستوره قدسي وإن كان منظوره صورة البشر إن نائبكم فخر دين الهدى بنيابتكم لا مراء حري إن مستوره قدسي وإن كان منظوره صورة البشر والصلاة على المصطفى وعلى آله من هم المزن بالمطر وظائفنا تسبيح أسمائكم أيا بني المصطفى دابا ونعم الوظائف بتأييدكم نستيع درس علومكم وتقوى على التقوى قوانا الضعائف وطول بقاء الفخر فينا فإنه لقطب الهدى والدين برهانه الأقوى فأبقاه رب العرش في كل نعمة وأعداؤه بالنار جبهاتهم تكوى وصلى على طه وعترته الأولى هم النعمة العظمى هم الغاية القصوى إذا ضاق بي يوما خناقي وضاق بي سبيل النجاة ناديت يا آل أحمدا أغثني أغثني يا ابن عم محمد وخذ بيدي مولاي روحي لك الفداء هم الذخر في الدارين لا ذخر غيرهم هم مستجار اليوم هم عدتي غدا يا إمام الهدى أقم عمادي واجعل التسكين في خلدي لست معتمدا على أحد ليس إلا عليك معتمدي وأتيتك يا ابن فاطمة مستمدا فأوفني مددي Mu'mineen, mu'minat, worshippers of Allah Ta'ala, those who recognize Allah's messengers and prophets, Anbiya, Mursaleen, recognize, believe in them, sanctify them. The first, Adam, the second, Nuh, Adam Safiyullah, Nuh Najiyullah, Ibrahim Khalilullah, Musa Kalimullah, Isa Ruhullah, and the sixth Naatiq, the sixth great prophet, Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. We recognize, truly recognize the prophets that have gone by because we accept the religion of Islam. We accept the religion and the call and the da'wat of their successor, Muhammad Rasulullah. We accept the wasayat, the succession of Muhammad's wasi, Allah's wali, Allah's namesake, Ali. We are his Shia, mu'mineen, mu'minat. The shanat, the virtues of all past prophets are encompassed in Muhammad and Ali. It is narrated in the Khitaabs of Duaat that One day, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam, and along with him, his brother and successor, Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib, they were walking in the palms of Medina. There is a particular area there called Nakheel Saihani. An orchard of palms, date palms. And there were 12 date palms in a row. It is narrated that as Rasulullah and Maulana Ali are walking together, the first date palm, in Arabic it is called Nakheel. Nakheel is plural of Nakhlat. One singular is Nakhlat. Date palm. We call it Khajuri in Gujarati. So there are 12 of them. As Muhammad and Ali are walking, the first cries out to the second one, "Here is Adam and his successor, his wasi, sheath." As they proceed, the third date palm calls out to the fourth one and says, "Here is Nuh, the one who faced the stormy seas, and his wasi, Sam." The fifth calls out to the sixth one, "Here is Ibrahimul Khalil and his wasi, Ismail." The seventh calls out to the eighth one, "Here is Musa al-Kalim, Musa Kalimullah, and his wasi, Yusha." The ninth calls out to the 10th one, "Here is Isa Masih, Jesus Christ, and his wasi, Ikhwanus Safa." The 11th then calls out to the 12th one, "Hada Sayyiduna Muhammadun al-Aziz, wa hada wasiyuhu Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali alayna salamu." This is our great master Muhammad, Rasulullah, and this is his wasi, Ali, Amir al-Mu'mineen. Mu'mineen. This riwayat, what this symbolizes, what this tells us is that Muhammad and Ali encompassed the virtues of all prophets bygone, of all the Anbiya, Mursaleen in the past eras. Their fada'il, their virtues, and what happened in their eras is combined in the era and the door of Muhammad and his successor Ali. Mu'mineen, Mu'minat. This year, as I have mentioned before, we were fortunate to visit Madina Munawwara, do ziyarat of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam with Rasulullah's da'i, Maulatuna Taher Fakhruddin. And then we performed Umrah. During the visit to Medina, Maulana Tahir intended that he would do bayan, do waaz and bayan, deliver a discourse explaining the fadail and virtues of Rasulullah and the sanctity of Madina Munawwara. As we were making arrangements, one individual who was very helpful in Medina, he was helping us with the arrangements. We told him that we want a place, a hall where we can gather, where our Sayyidna can speak and we can listen to him, deliver the discourse. Various options were considered. He then suggested that there is one orchard, and in that there is a function hall. We went there and saw it. It was very beautiful, date palms all around. Afterwards, I was speaking to this man who was making the arrangements. He was very knowledgeable. He takes people and guides around Medina also. So I was speaking to him about various things. As I was speaking to him, I mentioned this riwayat of Nakheel Saihani, that in our tradition, we believe that Muhammad and Ali are successors of all the prophets. And this tradition is narrated. He looked at me with some astonishment and said, do you know that the orchard that we have arranged for the sermon, for the discourse, that area is called Nakheel Saihani. It is that very same area. Mu'mineen, this is, some people say that these are but coincidences. I tell you that this is destiny. That Rasulullah's da'i, when he visited Medina, would speak in this place. Mu'mineen, mu'minat, as we did at that time, we again offer hamd and shukr to Allah Ta'ala that we were fortunate to take the barakat there in Medina Munawwara and Makkah Mukarramah with Aqa Mawla. Inshallah, may all of us again visit Rasulullah's ziyarat Qubbat Khadra in the very near future. May we perform Umrah in the near future. Mu'mineen, mu'minat. So the 6 great prophets, Nutaqa, and the 7th, Adam, Nuh, Ibrahim, Musa, Isa, and Muhammad is the 6th. The 7th is Qaayimul Qiyamah, the master of the day of judgment. Qaayim ala zikrihi salam. For the prophets before we say alayhi salam, because they have passed and we pray salam on them. Qaayim, the master of the day of judgment, Qaayim ala zikrihi salam will come now, which is why we say ala zikrihi salam. On his zikr, on his mention, we pray salam. He is yet to come. He will come in the line and the succession of Rasulullah. So 7 Nutaqa, 7 great prophets. Mu'mineen, there are in this world now billions of people. Each community, nation has their own traditions, beliefs, notions of many things. There are very few things that everyone agrees on. Our Hudat Kiram say that one thing that almost everyone agrees on is that the days of the week are 7. No matter where you go. There are many other differences. This is because the very first Imam on the face of this earth ingrained this in people's minds, that days are 7. This represents the 7 Nutaqas, the 7 great prophets, the cycle of the 7 great prophets. Dawrus Satar, as you heard, the last Dawr, 7,000 years, starts with Adam Safiullah and will end with Qaayim ala zikrihi salam, the master of the day of judgment. Each Naatiq, each great prophet calls people to the Almighty, to the hereafter, shows a path to it. Inshallah, we will do zikr on how they do that in this majlis. Naatiq, we translate it as great prophet because there are many prophets. In their succession, inshallah, we will take their names also. Naatiq in Arabic literally means someone who speaks. Someone who speaks out loud. That ability to speak is linked with the ability to think. When we were learning Arabic in Cairo, Egypt, Babaji Sahib, Syedna Qutbuddin had sent us there. He took raza permission from Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin, he sent Maulana Taher Fakhruddin also many years before. We were very young at that time. Maulana Taher Fakhruddin was there in Egypt to learn Arabic and to do hifz of the Quran. Then later my sisters, Babaji Sahib sent there, Bazat Tahira bin Sahiba, Bazat Saifiya bin Sahiba. All scholars of not only Arabic, but of our tradition, of the ilm of Ali Muhammad. Babaji Sahib did their tarbiyat. His sons, the greatest among them, Aqa Mola. Then Mazun Duaat, Syedi Abdul Bhaisaheb Saifuddin, Mukasir Duaat, Syedi Husain Bhaisaheb Burhanuddin, Hafizul Quran. Babaji Sahib did tarbiyat. All of us, his sons and daughters. All 9 of us. When my sisters were in college there, he sent me, Mamluke Sayyidna, and my elder brother, Syedi Mukasir Sahib, Husain Bhaisaheb, to Cairo. We joined school there. An Arabic school, we did not know any Arabic at that time. But they put us, as they say, in the deep end. And bihamdillah, we, with Maulana Burhanuddin Aqa's dua, Babaji Sahib's dua and encouragement. Babaji Sahib's encouragement, Busaheba, my mother Sakina Aaisaheb's encouragement. Mu'mineen, that is so important, that you encourage your children. Babaji Sahib used to say that children are khilti quwwat. They have such potential. You need to encourage them. You need to give them your full support and see then how they will flourish. Of course, guide them at the same time. Inshallah, we will speak of this more later in the majlis. Now coming back to Naatiq, that is why we digressed into this. In Misr, they would teach us that everything has a definition. So they would define al-insanu, man, humans. Al-insanu haywanun natiq. Humans are speaking animals. Because in all other respects, we are, at least as far as mammals are concerned, we are more or less the same. But then the epithet Naatiq, that is what distinguishes us. We think, we speak. Inshallah, we will speak about the intellect also in another majlis. Now coming back to the Notoka, the great prophets, each Naatiq, Adam, Nuh, Ibrahim, Musa, Isa. Now how are they distinguished from mankind? We are also Naatiq as in speakers. Their speech, the Quran answers this question, how are they different? It says about Muhammad Rasulullah, وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. He does not simply speak his whim and fancy. He speaks of the revelation, the wahy that he receives. That is the greatness of these souls, these prophets, that they are the vessels that are able to receive the revelation from the celestial realm, from the Almighty. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is instructed in the Quran to say, قُلْ مَا أَنَا إِلَّا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ. Say, O Muhammad, I am but a man, a human like you. And many of our Islamic faith who are opposed to venerating Rasulullah and his successors, the Imams, say that, look, who are opposed to ziyarat, who are opposed to seeking Rasulullah's intercession, say that, what are you talking about? Rasulullah, the Quran says that it is, I am only but a human. Say that I am only but a human. But that same ayat, that same verse continues. The Quran instructs Muhammad Rasulullah to say, Ma ana illa basharum mithlukum. I am not but a human like you. Yuha ilayya. I receive revelation. That is the distinction That is the distinction. So, Mu'mineen, each of these prophets spoke with the wisdom and the knowledge that was revealed to them by the Almighty. Until the sixth Naatiq, Muhammad Rasulullah. And then Muhammad Rasulullah said that in numerous occasions in the Quran, inna sa'ata atiyatun, the sa'at, the time, the final time. And that is a reference to the master of the day of judgment, Qaayim al-Qiyamah. At that time, وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ يَبْعَثُ مَنْ فِي الْقُبُورِ, people will be resurrected from their graves. So Rasulullah in the Quran prophesizes. A prophet is one who tells you what is going to come, prophesizes that the master of the day of judgment will come, that there will be a day of judgment, there will be a day of reckoning. And that is the seventh prophet, the seventh Naatiq, Qaayim ala dhikrihi salam. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Bu'ithtu ana was sa'ata, Bu'ithtu ana was sa'atu kahatain. That me, Rasulullah says, that I and the Sa'at, that is the seventh prophet, Qaayim ala zikrihi salam, we were both sent like this. Once he said it raising these two fingers, the pointer and the middle finger. In Arabic we say musabbiha and wusta. On another occasion he said this same thing, Bu'ithtu ana was sa'atu kahatain, and then used both pointers of his right hand and left hand. Now, some say that maybe Rasulullah may have forgotten what he said the previous time. You just heard that Rasulullah does not speak of whim and fancy. His words are, all of his words are instructions from Allah Ta'ala. That is why we put such weight on the Quran and the Hadith, the traditions of Rasulullah. So, both his statements, both his indications are true. When he says this, the pointer and the middle finger, he refers to the seventh prophet that is going to come in his progeny. When he says both pointers together, he is referring to the high station of Maulana Ali, who is the Qaayim of Awlad Ismail. Mu'mineen, these are the secrets of haqiqat that are safeguarded in the traditions and kitabs of Da'wat, in the chests of the scholars of Da'wat, ulama, Duaat, mutlaqin. Maulana Taher Fakhruddin refers to this in his Qasida Mubaraka and says, وَلَكُمْ مِنَ النَّبَإِ الْعَظِيمِ أَبِيكُمُ الْأَعْلَى إِلَى النَّبَإِ الْعَظِيمِ تَسَلْسُلُوا.
وَلَكُمْ مِنَ النَّبَإِ الْعَظِيمِ أَبِيكُمُ الْأَعْلَى إِلَى النَّبَإِ الْعَظِيمِ تَسَلْسُلُوا.
Praising the Fatimid Imams, Maulana Taher Fakhruddin says that from the Nabai Azim, from the Qaayim, your father, Amir al-Mu'mineen, to the Qaayim, the master of the day of judgment, the seventh prophet, there is an unbroken continuity. Succession of Imams. Mu'mineen, Mu'minat, we are fortunate that we recognize, believe these six Notaqah, six prophets, by entering and believing in, we recognize the five Notaqah and the five prophets, five great prophets, by recognizing and believing the sixth, their successor, Muhammadul Mustafa, recognizing his successor, Amirul Mu'mineen, who has Qaayim Shan. His station is as high as the master of the day of judgment in one aspect. And recognizing that the imamate will continue one imam after another. sons of Muhammad and Ali, sons of Fatima, Hassan and Husain, until the 21st Imam, Tayyib Abul Qasim Amir al-Mu'mineen, who entered into the cave of seclusion for many reasons, as per Allah Ta'ala's wisdom. And the Imamate continued in seclusion, father to son, Imam after Imam, until the Imam of our age, Tayyibul Asri wal Aman, Imamul Zaman, Khalifatul Rahman, Sababul Amni wal Aman. We recognize the Imam is present today because his da'i is amongst us. Before the 21st Imam entered into the cave of seclusion, his father, Imam Amir bi Ahkamillah, the 20th Imam, at the hands of Maulatuna Hurratul Maleka, his hujjat, his high spiritual dignitary, a great scholar who taught the Duaat. At her hands, he established the succession of Duaat Mutlaqeen, entrusted the amanat of establishing his da'wat until the Imam reveals himself, until the time of Zuhur, or until the time of Qiyamat. Mu'mineen, it is with this belief that we recognize all the prophets, that we are true Muslims, that we are sincere Shia of Amir al-Mu'mineen, because we recognize their successor who is present amongst us today, Imamul Zaman, through his da'i, Syedna Taher Fakhruddin. By doing so, because of this belief, because of our faith, the glad tidings, the bisharat that our Aimmat have given for their Shia applies to us. Abu Basir narrates on the authority of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullahi alayhi. Amir al-Mu'mineen one day says that those who bear love for us have our muhabbat, our walayat in their hearts. They will meet us on the day of judgment. They will be with us on the day of judgment, Yawmul Qiyamat. And here too, Amir al-Mu'mineen gathers two of his fingers and says, and we will be together at the fountain of Kawthar, Hawz-e-Kawthar in Jannat, next to Muhammad Rasulullah together. Amir al-Mu'mineen also says that on the day of judgment, Yawmul Qiyamah, on the right side of the throne Arsh, Allah's kursi. These are all symbols, Mu'mineen. Many people believe that resurrection, physically all the bodies will suddenly rise up from the graves. That is not our faith, that is not our belief. It is the souls that will rise. These visualizations or images are there to explain to us so that we understand. So Amir al-Mu'mineen says that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that when it is the day of judgment, Yawmul Qiyamah, on the right side of the Arsh, the throne of the Almighty, there will be mawa'id. Mawa'id are platters, what we call thals. But these are very special thals. Amir al-Mu'mineen describes them, that these are thals, mawa'id made of yaqut and lu'lu', ruby and pearls. Sitting around them will be our Shia, eating and drinking, while all others are busy being judged and held accountable. Amir al-Mu'mineen says that I asked Rasulullah, who are these fortunate who will be sitting at that time on the Taz, "O Rasulullah." Rasulullah answers, "Ali, they are your Shia. And you are their Imam on the day of judgment." Mu'mineen, Mu'minat, we offer hamd and shukr to Allah Ta'ala. We offer praise and thanks to the Almighty that we are fortunate to hold this belief that we are the sincere and true Shia of Amir Mu'mineen. And inshallah, we believe with conviction, with yaqeen, that salvation and this joy and these glad tidings are for us. May we now be worthy of this blessing. May we live our lives so that we are worthy of this. May we stay steadfast on our faith till our last breath so that we are worthy of this. And may we take the opportunity of our lifetime, this bounty, these days, these nights, these hours, these minutes that the Almighty has given us to prepare for the hereafter, to add to our account. People are in this day and age very concerned about their bank accounts and the balance in that account, as they should be to a certain degree. You need to make sure that you live a sustainable life, that you provide for your family. Inshallah, we will speak on this and the guidance of our Mawali Tahirin for this. But I tell you, concern yourself also for your account for the hereafter. Every day you pray, every tasbih you do, every Quran you pray, every namaz you pray, every good deed you do. Every time you offer zakat, as you are obligated to do so. Every time we go for Hajj, Umrah, Ziyarat, we do sadaqah. We are kind to our fellow human beings, even to animals. And especially we are helpful to our brothers and sisters in faith. That adds to our account. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam one day, as he was traveling, and they stopped at a particular station on the way, Rasulullah told his companions, "Utlubu lana hataban." Collect some firewood. They were in a very barren place. People were concerned, where are we going to get firewood? But since Rasulullah had instructed, everyone went out and looked for some wood to collect. In a very short while, as everybody went out and collected, they had a good pile of wood. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam at that time said, "Hakada tajtami'ul hasanat." This is how good deeds accumulate, one by one. One day after another, one namaz after another, one good deed after another. And then Rasulullah also said, وَهَكَذَا تَجْتَمِعُ السَّيِّئَاتِ. Transgressions, bad deeds. There is good and bad. Not everything is okay. The Quran, our prophets, that they guide us to what is good, what is virtuous. In this day and age, everything goes. It may go, but in front of the Almighty, there is hisab, there is accountability. وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. The Quran says that whosoever does even mithqala dharratin, an atom's worth of khair, of good, he will see it. As in, he will be rewarded for it. وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. Whoever does one atom's worth of ill, of evil, that too he will be accountable for. Mu'mineen, spend your life for the good, as per the guidance of our awliya, with faith, as you have heard repeatedly in these bayans, that our deeds are accepted because of our walayat. As Imam alayhi salam has said, And in these days, mu'mineen in particular, the greatest manner in which we can garner hasanat, we can collect hasanat, is the remembrance of Aqa Husain. Doing tasbih of Aqa Husain's name day and night. When you are in Waaz, but also when you are at home, at work, whenever you have time, pray Marsiya of Sayyedash Shohadaai. Do tasbih of Aqa Husain 128 times as per his numerical value of his name. That garners sawab. Remember Aqa Husain. Mu'mineen, in that spirit, let us remember Aqa Husain and do matam. Ya Husain.
Ya Husain,
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 Ya Husain.
मातम करो नबीना नवासानो अहल दी मातम करो नबीना नवासानो अहल दी मातम करो इमाम इलाही मकाम नो मातम करो इमाम इलाही मकाम नो मातम करो हुसैन अलैहि सलाम नो मातम करो अली ना पियारा नो मोमिनो मातम करो अली ना पियारा नो मोमिनो मातम करो फातिमा ना लाला फामनो मातम करो फातिमा ना लाला फामनो मातम करो हुसैन अलैहि सलाम नो
In Babaji Sahib, Ridwanullahi alayhi, it was his custom, and he attributed this nuskha, this wazifa of remembering Aqa Husain to Maulana Taher Saifuddin. That Maulana Taher Saifuddin said that just as we do tasbih of Ali 110 times, the numerical value of writing Ali in the Arabic language is 110. Just as Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is 786. Maulana Taher Saifuddin did irshad, he advised, and Babaji Sahib made this his custom, that every day, not only in Muharram, every day after Maghrib Isha Namaz, when we would be with Babaji Sahib, we would pray Imamat Namaz, we would recite a few verses from Sayyedash Shohadaai every day. And we would do tasbih of Aqa Husain 128 times every day. Mu'mineen, here also, after Maghrib Namaz, every day we are doing tasbih and matam of Aqa Husain 128 times. Today in the Waaz, let us do this tasbih. Babaji Sahib, in his bayan, used to say that this is a nuskha of great barakat. Nuskha is an Arabic word. We use it in Gujarati also. Khair no nuskho che. Literally, it means it can also mean or be translated as a prescription. It is a prescription for garnering sawab. It is a prescription that when you do this, your wishes will be fulfilled when you pray with Husain's wasila. Babaji Sahib in particular, if someone came to him and said that, I wish to go for Aqa Husain's ziyarat, he would say that with that intention, do tasbih of Aqa Husain 128 times. Mu'mineen, with that niyat, and with the niyat that Allah Ta'ala fulfill our wishes, ummeedo puri kare, mushkilo asan kare, ease our difficulties. Let us remember Aqa Husain, let us garner thawab, let us collect hasanat. Ya Husain.
Ya Husain,
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 Ya
Ya Husain, 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 Ya Ali, 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 Ya Ali.
We are speaking of the day of judgment. Ja'far as-Sadiq Imam, salawatullahi alayhi. This tradition I narrate today, Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq narrated that when the time of judgment will come, when the day of judgment will come, there will be a radiant tent, Khaymatun Noor, that is raised for Maulatuna Fatima, right next to Rasulullah's mimbar. Mu'mineen, as I mentioned, these are symbols for us to understand. So Ja'far as-Sadiq Imam draws this image of a tent of light, a radiant tent, Khaymatun Noor, Suradiqun Noor, raised for Fatima next to Rasulullah's mimbar. She will be in that tent, and then the herald will call out, Ma'ashar al-Khalaiq, O people assembled for the day of judgment. O people assembled for judgment. Fatima bint Muhammad wishes to pass. Lower your heads. Fatima will be asked to proceed. As Fatima steps out of the radiant tent, she will be told, Fatima, Ya Fatima to iltafiti. Fatima, turn around and look at the mimbar of your father Rasulullah. Azadaran Husain, Ja'far as-Sadiq Imam narrates this, that Fatima will turn around. What she will see is her beloved son Husain. She will see the headless body of Aqa Husain. Azadaran Husain. Ja'far as-Sadiq Imam narrates that seeing this, Fatima فَتَصْرُخُ صَرْخَةً, she will scream such a scream in pain that there will be no prophet, no angel, except that he gets on his knees and we will be with them and we will remember Husain, do matam of Husain, Ya Husain.
Ya Husain, 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 रो रही है शाह कौनैन पे आलम की फजा, रो रही है शाह कौनैन पे आलम की फजा, गम शबीर में ज़हरा को रुलाया किसने, गम शबीर में ज़हरा को रुलाया किसने, फातिमा आपके दिल को है दुखाया किसने, हाय बीबी के भरे घर को लुटाया किसने, हाय बीबी के भरे घर को लुटाया किसने, फातिमा आपके दिल को है दुखाया किसने, किसने ये जुल्म.
Fatima, seeing this, will fall to the ground and lose consciousness. When she regains consciousness, she will see that her head is in Husain's lap. And Husain's head is also there, and he is wiping Fatima's head with his hand and sleeves. Mu'minin Jafar as-Sadiq Imam says that on that day of judgment, those who held a sword against Husain, those who killed the Ahle Bayt and Ashab will be held accountable. All those who supported them will be held accountable. Mu'mineen, may Allah's lanat, curse fall on those who killed Husain, those who murdered the Ahle Bayt and Ashab. May Allah's salawat shower on Aqa Husain and his Ahle Bayt and Ashab. Mu'mineen, we offer hamd and shukr to Allah Ta'ala that we are with Husain. We are with Husain's successor, with Husain's da'i. We will be safeguarded from the punishment in the hereafter. Our khaymah, our tent will be with Husain, inshaAllah ta'ala. Mu'mineen, every day we recount the philosophy of remembering Aqa Husain. Today, we speak of the day of judgment. Rasulullah SAW has said, he said this to Fatima. We will narrate the zikr in its entirety on a later occasion. But Rasulullah SAW said to Fatima, Kullu aynin baqiyatun yawm al-qiyamah. All eyes will be shedding tears on the day of judgment. Illa aynun bakat ala musabil Husain, except that eye that has shed tears on Aqa Husain. فَإِنَّهَا ضَاحِكَةٌ مُسْتَبْشِرَةٌ. On that day, that eye will be happy, it will be jubilating. Mu'mineen, mu'minat, let us shed endless tears on Aqa Husain and the tragedy of Karbala, remembering Husain's thirst, remembering the calamity that befell the Ahle Bayt. Ya Husain, Ya Husain.
Ya Husain, 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 Ya Husain. Zahra ke pisar को रो लो, ज़हरा के पिसर को रो लो, ए मोमिनो मातम कर लो, ए मोमिनो मातम कर लो, पुरसाए आज़ादारी का, पुरसाए आज़ादारी का, ये फ़ख्र हुदा को दे दो, जिनके लिए सजदा दुआ का, जिनके लिए सजदा दुआ का, करता रहा करबल में ज़हरा तेरा राज दुलारा, करता रहा करबल में ज़हरा तेरा राज दुलारा। रोई है विलादत पर भी, रोई है विलादत पर भी, रोई है शहादत पर भी, रोई है शहादत पर भी, शबीर तुझे माँ तड़पी, शबीर तुझे माँ तड़पी, ना चैन मिला पल भर भी, आशूर को लम्हा लम्हा, आशूर को लम्हा लम्हा, रोता रहा करबल में ज़हरा तेरा राज दुलारा, रोता रहा करबल में ज़हरा तेरा राज दुलारा।
Mu'mineen, mu'minat, we are doing zikr of the Nutaqa, the great prophets Adam, Nuh, Ibrahim, Musa, Isa. It is narrated in Da'wat traditions that Allah Ta'ala revealed to all of his great prophets, all the Nutaqa, that Husain would be martyred in Karbala. They all remembered Husain. They all prayed salawat on Husain and cursed Husain's killers. Inshallah, we will narrate this zikr in more detail on Ashura, if time permits. Today, let us mu'mineen, it is the tradition, the nehaj, the custom, that during these days of Ashara Mubaraka, we remember these past prophets, recognize them, reaffirm our belief and faith in them. And as I mentioned in the Waaz yesterday, it is the same da'wat. The da'wat since the day time began, since the beginning of time, is the same da'wat. Inshallah, we will do zikr on that also in the coming days. So it is tradition to see that da'wat, when it started in Dawrus Satar with Adam alayhi salam, the succession of Waliullah continued from that day. And it continues till this day. For that, our awliya made it a custom to do tasbih, to recount the names of all the Anbiya in the succession from Adam alayhi salam. Adam, his successor was Habil. Habil was killed by his brother Qabil due to jealousy. Dawrus Satar, the very beginning of Dawrus Satar is like that. You heard that Iblis asked Adam to partake from the forbidden tree. One meaning of that is that Iblis asked Adam to reveal the secret, which Adam was forbidden to do so. At that time, Iblis swore by Allah Ta'ala that I am your well-wisher. I ask you only because I wish to serve you. And because he swore by the Almighty. And as I mentioned, at that time, the door that preceded that time, no one ever dared to swear by the Almighty for something that was false or a lie. Adam revealed to Iblis the name of his successor. That was the secret. Habil. Iblis promptly went to Qabil, said, you are the elder brother, and Adam is appointing the younger brother. You are more worthy of it. Qabil was also Adam's brother. Qabil was also Adam's son, Habil's brother. But Iblis knows how to instigate. Amir al-Mu'mineen salawatullahi alayhi has said, Shaitanu yajri min al-insani majrad dam. Shaitan actually runs in the blood of mankind. Qabil killed Habil. Allah Ta'ala then granted Adam another wasi. Hebatullah, his name was Shir. He succeeded Adam. Mu'mineen, there is much to say, and there is much depth in these stories of the Anbiya, and there is much to learn. There is an entire Khitaab by Qadi Nu'man Ridwanullahi alayhi on the stories of the Anbiya in the Quran. And that is also relating one aspect of Ta'wil. There are many aspects, much depth. So Habil, I am now, in the interest of time, will take the names. Sheikh Hibatullah succeeded Adam. He appointed Anwash, he appointed Qainan, he appointed Mehlail, then Yarad, then Akhnuq, who is Idris Nabi. Then Mutawshalikh, then Lamach, who appointed the next great prophet, the next Naatiq, Nuh. Adam's era, Adam's door was 2008 years, 4 months and 15 days. Adam's age when he passed away was 100 years. His Qabr Mubarak is on the mountain of Abi Qubais. Then Nuh's era, the door of Nuh began. the first of the Ulil Azam, who established a new Shariat. Nuh, his successor, his wasi, was Sam. Again, Sam's brother Ham. When the storm came, he said that I will not embark on the ark. Nuh Nabi pleaded to Allah Ta'ala, Inna abni min ahli, wa inna wa'adaka al-haq. This is my son, O Lord. When Nuh pleaded with him, the son said that I will go to a high mountain and safeguard myself. All of this is also deep symbolism, mu'mineen. The Quran says this. What is a mountain? All of these meanings are revealed by our Hudat. As I mentioned, these are not simply fables and tales. They are deeply meaningful histories that have lessons for us. So, when Nuh pleaded to the Almighty, Inna abni min ahli, this is my son, my Lord. The response was this. He does not believe you. He does not accept your successor. Innahu laysa min ahlik. He is not your son. Mu'mineen. This is Nabiullah. And yes, those fatherly feelings are but natural. But Allah Ta'ala clearly indicates to him that the spiritual lineage is much more important than blood relations. Mu'mineen, may Allah Ta'ala, we pray for our children, just as they have our blood, may they have our faith, so that as Allah Ta'ala has joined us together in this world, may they be with us in the hereafter, insha'Allah Ta'ala. Mu'mineen, mu'minat. In Dawrus Satar, it is not surprising that this happens. As I mentioned, Dawrus Satar is a time when shaitan is given that time by the Almighty. That is also part of the Almighty's justice. Our Khitaabs explain that why and how it is part of his justice. After Habil was killed by Qabil, Adam then maintained the appointment of his successor very private. And because of this, most appointments of the successor have been private. Because the greatest responsibility of a Nabi or an Imam or a Da'i is to make sure his successor succeeds him. And in Dawrus Satar, it is the norm that Shaitan, Iblis, is on the prowl. What we have seen in our lifetimes is therefore not surprising. Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin's son abusing the father in Rawdat Tahira, Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin does not recognize him. His son-in-law keeps prompting him. Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin keeps asking numerous times, not once, not twice, what is the name, what is the name, what is the name? But what is Allah Ta'ala's will? What is the Imam's Mashiyat? Even in this old age and difficult health situation, Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin said, Nana, I'm not, this is not my success. This is there on video. It is a video that they submitted in court. It is not our video. We have presented it, yes. On FatimidAwad.com, it is there, still there, despite huge efforts to remove it. It is still there. On FatimidAwad.com, on the X platform, it is there. The video that was submitted by them in court is presented there, showing where Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin says many times, asking the name, who is this, and then saying, Nana, I'm nothing. Now, if you believe Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin to be the truthful da'i. Then you must see this, you must hear this. Babaji Sahib spoke the truth. Maulana Taher Fakhruddin speaks the truth. Babaji Sahib was appointed in private without anyone present. Babaji Sahib said it as it is. He did not add and embellish. And on the other side, you see, every second day after Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin's wafat, a new instance of nas kept popping up. Happened in 1969, then it happened in this year, then it happened in that year. Not mentioned at all before. Babaji Sahib was appointed by Maulana Muhammad Burhanuddin as his rightful successor when he appointed him as Mazoon less than a month after Syedna Taher Fakhruddin passed away. He was maintained in that high station of Mazoon till the last breath of Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin. And he then ascended to the Rutbah of Dawat. He called to Haqq. Those of us who are fortunate to accept his call, we are victorious. These glad tidings that Amir al-Mu'mineen has given for his Shia are for us, not for anyone else. And such tests are not new in the Urus Satar. Adam alayhi salam, Nuh alayhi salam, these names, these narratives are mentioned in majalis of dawat so that you may learn from them, so that when the time comes in your lifetime, you take heed from them and you take the right decision. Not just the convenient one, not just the one of the herd. Mu'mineen, mu'minat. Time is short today. There is much bayan to left from yesterday's majlis to speak of today. Nuh Nabi alayhi salam appointed his wasi Sam. Ham said that I will take refuge on a mountain. And he, as we say in Gujarati, halak theo, he perished. Not just in this world, he was taken by the waters, but he perished. He did not attain salvation. Sam appointed his successor Arfa Khashad, who appointed Salih, who appointed Hud, who appointed Falak, who appointed Ar'awa, who appointed Saru, who appointed Salih, who is the last of the door of Nuh. He appointed Ibrahim sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. The door of Nuh, his era was 972 years, 6 months and 15 days. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam has said, "Mathalu ahle bayti fikum ka safinati Nuhin, man rakibaha naja wa man takhallafa anha gharaq." My ahle bayt, the imams in my progeny, they are for you like the ark of Nuh, like the ship of Nuh. Whoever boarded that ship, they were saved from the flood waters. Similarly, those who are with the Ahl Bayt, the Imams, they will achieve salvation. Mu'mineen, there is much hikmat and wisdom in Rasulullah's kalam. Inshallah, we will explain on another date. Ibrahim's era started. Ibrahim appointed his son Ismail, Ibrahim Khalilullah. As you heard, Ismail was Mustaqar Imam. The succession of the Mustaqar Imams continued in secret, in seclusion. Ibrahim also appointed Ishaq as a Mustawda, as a representative, as a servant of the Mustaqar Imam. Ishaq, Ismail and his children, the Imam, stayed in Makkah. Ishaq and his progeny, his successors, were settled in Baytul Muqaddas, present-day Jerusalem, that area. Ishaq appointed Yaqub, Yaqub appointed Yusuf, Yusuf appointed Tayzun, Tayzun appointed Yahuda, Yahuda appointed Ayyub. He is the last of Ibrahim's door, Ibrahim's door, his era was 1150 years, 7 months, 8 days. Ibrahim's Qabr Mubarak is in Baitul Muqaddas in Khalilur Rahman. We have been there for ziyarat with Maulana Muhammad Burhanuddin Aqa, with Babaji Sahib also. The door of Musa alayhi salam began. Musa appointed his wasi Harun. Harun passed away in Musa's lifetime. And so Musa appointed his wasi Yusha. He appointed his successor Fankhas, who was Harun's son. Then came Shamuel, then Talut, then Dawood Nabi, then Sulaiman Nabi, until the succession reached Imran, then Zakaria, then Yahya, who is the last of the door of Musa. Musa's door, his era was 1130 years, 6 months, 18 days. Musa's Qabr Mubarak, his grave is also in Baitul Muqaddas. His age, when he passed away, was 107 years.
له دعوة لا حق.
Isa, the great prophet Isa, Naatiq, he established Dawat. He appointed his successor, his wasis, Ikhwanus Safa, who appointed Abd Bashashi, who appointed Dhunnun, who appointed Habibun Najjar, who appointed Marwatul Rahib, who appointed Umair, who appointed Jirjis, who is known as Bahirahul Rahib. Bahirahul Rahib returned the entrustment to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as you will hear inshallah in tomorrow's Waaz. Isa was crucified. His soul rose to the heavens. He showed himself to his followers 3 days later. His door was 670 years, 16 days. Isa was crucified when he was 32 years of age. Mu'mineen, Mu'minat, these great prophets, until the seal of the prophets, the greatest prophet, Sayyidul Anbiya, the chief of all prophets, Muhammadul Mustafa, our Nabi, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. All these prophets, what did they do? Anbiya, alayhimus salam, as you heard, they call people to the truth, to the hereafter. They emphasize the salvation of people's souls. And so, in Ikhwanus Safa, the Rasail authored by the Imam Ahmadul Mastur, the Anbiya, the prophets, are called Atibba'un Nufus, physicians of the soul. The Notoka, the Ikhwanus Safa says, these Notoka are founders of divine laws. They are physicians of the soul. Their purpose is recovering the lost health of souls and protecting them from harm. Just as physicians of the body prescribe different treatments in different countries because of different diseases in different times, similarly, the actions of the physicians of the soul with regard to the divine laws, their command and permission for one thing and their prohibition and forbidding of another, these are identical to the actions of physicians of body and their treatments. But there is a distinction, the physicians of the body, and that is a very noble profession. They selflessly help others. And it is a very difficult profession because you have to, as you are treating others, you inevitably also experience death much more than normal people do. But they selflessly do so. When we suffered the pandemic a few years ago, I spoke with many physicians in our community, Mu'mineen and others. And they endured. At that time, they put themselves in harm's way to treat others. So it is a very noble profession. But the physicians of the body, we often say save lives. But in reality, in the true sense of the word, physicians of the body prolong lives. There is no physician in this world today that will be able to tell you that I save a life and give it eternity or give someone eternal life. It is not possible. And yet, many people in this world, especially in this day and age, are obsessed with prolonging their lives here. No matter what the cost. Yes, living a long, healthy life is a very good thing. We must do so with the right reason, that we remain healthy, that we achieve our goals, we look after our family, that we stay with our loved ones here as much as we can, but also that we prepare for the hereafter. As we say in Gujarati, take ghanimat. Take each and every opportunity to increase our account and balance for the hereafter. With that niyat, with that intention, prolong your life. Maulana Taher Fakhruddin, in many of his qasidas, prays for his long life. He always prays that Almighty extend my life so that I may serve my Mawla Imam Zaman, that I may serve his da'wah. Extend my life for the well-being of Mu'mineen, with that intention. Now the Anbiya, the great prophets, they are the physicians of the soul. Their practice, it is not simply to, in some Greek traditions, healing the soul is equated with removing vices. And so that to cure souls from vices, greed, conceit, anger, envy, but the Anbiya, the Nutaqah, they go beyond that. They want to cure the souls from vices, but they also see that the right belief is the health of the soul. Because it is that belief and practicing according to that faith that achieves salvation for the soul. Their practice, their healing is by showing a path, the Shariat that each great prophet brought forth, and removing doubt about the hereafter, because it is something that is unseen. So how do you live in this world and remove the doubt about something that is unseen? Mu'mineen, I do this bayan with the aid of Imam Zaman's Da'i, his Yari. They remove these doubts by explaining to us with things that we perceive, reasoning with us, with their knowledge of things that are past that we don't know about, the origins of this universe, why we are here, They know because of the revelation, as you heard, in huwa illa wahyun yuha. That is what they speak of. Mu'mineen, mu'minat, they show us the right path. There is much to be said about this, inshallah. On a later occasion, we will speak more of this. Syedna Taher Fakhruddin says in praise of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, Tabibu rushdin wa hudan kam shafa, saqima ghayyin wa hawan tibbuhu.
طبيب رشد وهدى كم شفى سقيم غي وهدى سقيم غي وهوى طبه.
Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, his Maulana Taher Fakhruddin says that Rasulullah tabibu rushdin wa hudan. He is the physician of right guidance. Kam shafa, so many he has cured. Saqima ghayyin wa hawan tibbuhu. His medicine, his divine medicine, has cured ignorance, has cured waywardness, and showed the right path. Mu'mineen, mu'minat. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam has said this. Since Rasulullah is a physician of the soul, Rasulullah has said, Man arafa nafsahu faqad arafa rabbahu. He who recognizes and understands his soul, arafa rabbahu, recognizes and understands his Lord. Rasulullah has also said, Arafakum bi nafsihi, arafakum bi rabbihi. The more you know your soul, the more you will know your Lord. Mu'mineen, what is the soul? I intended to speak much more about this. I will speak very, very briefly today in the interest of time. We want to also do again zikr of Aqa Husain at the end of the Waaz. The soul is not something physical. Our body is physical. The soul is not physical. It is spiritual, we can say. But all of us know, I should say most sensible and intellectual people know that the soul exists within us. That is what makes us human. There are many elements of this soul. The Ikhwanus Safa mentioned that there are 3 aspects. There are many other aspects also, but the 3 key aspects I will speak about today very briefly. They say that there is nafs namiya, that quwwat, that force, that energy of growth. And that soul exists in other creatures also, in animals, even in plants, you see that. Plants seek out the sunlight to grow. In some very special minerals like corals, they're primarily minerals. That element is there. In plants, it is of course there. The plants, they grow. It is remarkable here in New England, we see the winters are very harsh. So many trees go, deciduous trees, they're barren in winter. And then when spring comes, they again start growing. That energy, that nafs, that soul is there even in trees. Then you have the nafs hissiya, the sensory soul. A soul that has instincts, that has urges. And that you see in all living creatures, animals. There is instinctive urges to reproduce, to eat, to stay and flee from harm. Both of these are in humans also. Growth and the sensory part and the urges, the desires. All of us are born with it. This sensory soul, nafs hissiya, also is also called nafs shahwaniya. That energy in the soul that wants to fulfill desires. Desire to eat, desire to procreate, have relations. Now, this nafs hissiya, this soul that is the energy of this soul to fulfill desires, if left unchecked, then humans behave as animals. There is then this third soul, third aspect, third energy, called nafs naatiqa. And that is connected with the notoqa, each naatiq, the great prophets. It is connected with our ability to speak, and we are able to speak. Nafs naatiqa means a soul that speaks. That is related to our ability to comprehend and understand, related to intelligence. And that is unique to human beings. There are maybe some animals that have a glimmer of this. Some animals we have expressions as dumb as and there are some animals that are little cleverer than that, but there is a limit to it. There is no living creature that is an intelligent creature except a human being. And that is the soul that the great prophets speak to. That is the soul that they address. That is why when you achieve human form, that is a bounty and ni'mat and a blessing from the Almighty, that you are now able to receive this message. And the Nutaqa, the great prophets, address us with their knowledge. They teach us that there is purpose to your life here, that there is a reason for this creation. And then they show us a path. As human beings now, humanity, we talk about human values. In this day and age, they have been detached from religion and religious teachings. But where did they come from? The basic human values of shame. A child left alone will not know that he cannot go to the bathroom except in private. That shame is taught by the parents. Earlier in childhood, that shame is not there. And so many other things. Being dressed, being polite, being kind. These are all taught by the parents. And these values were taught by the earliest prophets. That is the origin. Now, there are many who, in the name of those prophets, did many evil things. That does not make the prophets evil. That does not make the religion evil. Even in this day and age, many people say that this happened, that happened in our community. Yes, there were people in positions of authority and control who took advantage and abused their power and authority. But the da'wat and the da'i, that is not what they intend. We will speak about this more, inshallah, in other majalis. Maulana has emphasized time and again that in my community, in my followers, I want everybody to be treated with respect, with dignity, with honor from the da'wat, and that is something that we must do amongst each other. Help each other. Be happy for each other. When someone succeeds, you be happy for them, not put them down. These are the teachings of our prophets and our Huda. So the Notoqa, the great prophets, address this aspect of our soul, the intelligence. Inshallah, we will speak again about this in tomorrow's majlis, and Rasulullah's Shariat, and how the Shariat is based in religion and reason. Mu'mineen. So recognizing our soul, being conscious of this intelligence, being conscious therefore of the message that is given to us, being conscious of our purpose is very important. All of us have all these souls within us. The Shariat and the guidance of the prophets teaches us how to channel even the hissiya, the sensory, the urges, that part of the soul. It shows us paths and ways in which that also garners sawab and is good for society. Now, what is important? You have all these energies, these souls within you. What is important is who is in the driver's seat. Is your sensory and your soul that takes you toward desires? Is that driving? For most people in this world today, that is the case. Which is why anything goes. Eat anything, it doesn't matter. There is no concept of halal, haram for a lot of people. Sleep with anyone, it doesn't matter. Just fulfill your urge. Even we see these wars, these injustices today, subjugating human, though there is no slavery today, thankfully. But oppression, people live with it. They justify it however they want. All of these are the nafs hissiya, shahwaniya taking over. What our prophets, what our guides, what they call us towards is to have our nafs naatiqa, our intelligent soul, take the guidance from our anbiya, our hudat, and lead your life and drive your life accordingly. That is the challenge for us. And we are fortunate, mu'mineen, that we have a living guide amongst us. And that is the tradition of Dawat. The prophets we have talked about, each prophet came and there is a prophet and a Nabi in every day and age. Because the challenges of this time are different from other times. Innama anta mundirun wa likulli qawmin had. You are a guide. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is addressed in the Quran that you are a guide who warns. And then for every people, likulli qawmin had, there is a guide. That is God's justice. Because as you see, we talk about oppression and we talk about injustices and murders and killings. A lot of people do this in the name of religion. They justify that the Bible tells us to do this or the Quran tells us to do this, which is not the case. It is because they have misinterpreted the text, and it is because they have failed to follow the true guide. We have this guide amongst us. Imam Zaman's Da'i is the successor of the Anbiya, Mursaleen, the Imams, and their Duaat. This divine guidance he gives to us directly today. Many of us are fortunate to go and ask about simple matters about our life to him directly today. Can you imagine the ni'mat and blessing that is? If you consider that this is the successor of this knowledge, of this divine guidance. And yes, who that true divine guide is, you must ascertain. Just as you are very conscious about picking the proper physician for your body. You take 10 references, you think about it. Just because 10 people are going there, you go there is not the right way to do it. Use your mind. Questions, yes, everybody has questions. The idea that the prophets are physicians of the soul is that they clear doubts by answering questions. Which is why our Hudat, Amir al-Mumineen said, Saluni qabla an tafqiduni. Ask me before you lose me. Saluni amma dun al-arsh. I have answers. Everything under the throne of the Almighty I can answer about. And the Imam, Amir al-Mumineen's successors are the same. They're the inheritors of that knowledge. That same knowledge they have given to their du'at. Min du'atin qadayyadakum sawari barakatil muayyad shirazi. Through muayyad, the Imam's knowledge is with the da'is. Each da'i prepares his successor. The key component is the knowledge. It is narrated in our traditions in many kitabs that an Imam will not appoint an Imam except one who is like him. A da'i will not appoint someone except who is like him. Obviously, this is not in a physical sense. Someone who is like him in piety and knowledge. That is how the purity of this knowledge is maintained. Mu'mineen, open your eyes, the eyes of your soul. Seek the truth and then have the courage to follow it, the fortitude to follow it. And just as for our bodies, you need to, in order to maintain a healthy body, you need to eat healthy. You need to have healthy habits. You need to make an effort. You need to exercise. That is why our Hudats say that even for your soul, nafsni riyadat, riyadatun nafs, exercise of the soul. How do you do that? Pray. Make it a habit. Get up in the morning and pray. 5 farizat namaz. 30 days of roza in the entire year. Remember the Almighty. Remember your purpose. Rasulullah has given you the path to exercise your soul. Act in the manner that our Hudat have guided us to. That behoves us in their footsteps, following their example. That is why we remember Karbala, standing up for truth. Exercise your souls. That is how you develop the strength. So then when life hits you with a challenge or with a test, your soul is strong enough to withstand it.
तो अम्मारा ने मारी ले नसीहत तुम्हारी ले हयाती नज़द बारी ले ने रब नो फैज़ सारी ले खुदाए थाए तू लाक़ी अबद लग तू रहे बाक़ी बिरादर तू नसीहत सुन नमाज़ो वक्त पर जो ज़कातों ने
अदा कर.
Maulana Abd Ali Saifuddin says in his Qasida Mubaraka, speaking of the Imams, just as the prophets are physicians of the soul, the successors of Rasulullah and Amir al-Mumineen are physicians of the soul. Maulana Abd Ali Saifuddin writes in his Qasida, Ahl siwahum atibba'un nufus wa hal tazulu amraduha lawla al-atibba'u yurja ash-shifa'u ala ra'i at-tabib idha kana ad-dawa'u ala ma yaqtadi ad-da'u. Are there physicians of the soul but these Imams? Is there anyone else who will cure these diseases if not the physician? Cure, shifa, is sought by the right opinion of the physician, of the doctor. And the dawa, The medicine is as per the illness. Mu'mineen, there is much to be said about this, inshallah. In tomorrow's majlis, we will continue this bayan. Masih alayhi salam, Isa Masih, whose majlis today is Musa and Isa. Masih alayhi salam has said, he said to his Hawariyin, to his disciples, La takhafu mimman yaqtulun al-ajsad. Do not be afraid of those who kill the bodies. Do not be afraid of physical death. وَلْيَكُنِ الْخَوْفُ مِمَّنْ يَقْتُلُونَ الْأَرْوَاحِ. Fear those who kill the souls. The body is going to perish here one way or the other. The soul that has the opportunity, the potential to live eternally. Mu'mineen, mu'minat, there is much guidance in the sayings of our Hudat. Inshallah, in tomorrow's majlis, we will continue bayan on this. As I mentioned, our Hudat encourage questions. There are those who say, don't ask. After Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, those who usurped Amirul Mu'mineen's right. One of those people famously or infamously said, Man sa'ala anil limmiyati faqad kafar. Whoever asks why, any questions about why, he is a kafir. He is a disbeliever. He did not know the answers and that therefore he outlawed questions. And we see this amongst many others in our time also. Don't ask why, just do. The true physicians of the soul encourage questions. Ask questions so that you may alleviate your doubts. If you want to learn, if you are coming to learn, to know, then questions are welcome. Husnus Suaal in Nisful Ilm, Amir al-Mu'mineen salawatullahi alayhi has said, half of attaining knowledge is a good question. In that spirit, with Maulana Taher Fakhruddin's raza and dua, we started the series of Husnus Suaal. Every month nearly we have one session. People come here in person and many others join online also on various topics and themes. The answers are with our Hudat in their teachings, in our Imams' teachings, in their Khitaabs, in Duaat Mutlaqeen, and in our present living guide today. I am but a humble vessel for this program. The teachings are the teachings of our Hudat. But we encourage you to ask questions. If you are in doubt, ask. Inquire. That much you owe to yourself. Whatever you do, do for yourself. Kullu nafsin bima kasabat rahina. Every soul, the Quran says, is responsible for what it earned and gained. You are not going to benefit someone else by doing something or praying, or coming or not coming, or giving misaq or not giving misaq. Do it for your soul. If you are not doing that for yourself, then it is not worth it anyway. Mu'mineen, mu'minat, our Hudat, the physicians of the soul, their shariat, their guidance is there not to restrict the soul, but to liberate your soul. If you understand it in the true sense. Misaq is not to subjugate the soul. It is to elevate your soul to the hereafter and to the heavens. Mu'mineen, mu'minat, we offer hamd and shukr to Allah Ta'ala that He has blessed us with these awliya, who guide us to the hereafter, who elevate our souls, who liberate our souls. In this Mubarak Majlis, we offer hamd and shukr, as Maulana Tahir Saifuddin Ridwanullahi alayhi in his Risalat says, Alhamdulillahi alladhi an'ama alayna bi an ja'alana min ummati man ja'a bil haqqi wa saddaqa al mursaleen. We offer hamd and shukr to Allah Ta'ala that He has bestowed upon us the ni'mat, the blessing, that He has made us from the ummat khasa, the true followers of the Prophet, of the Messenger, who ja'a bil haqqi, who came with the truth and acknowledged and believed the prophets that came before him. Muhammad Rasulullah. May Allah Ta'ala pray salawat on Muhammadul Mustafa. May Allah Ta'ala pray salawat on Maulana Aliul Murtada. Rasulullah, as he said, is Madinatul Ilm, is the city of knowledge. Wa Aliyun Babuha. He is the gateway to knowledge. Mu'mineen, the gateway to knowledge in every day and age is Imamul Zaman. Rasulullah made Ali the gateway to his knowledge. Ali's successor are the gateway to the divine knowledge. And in the Imam's seclusion, that gateway is the Da'i. Seek knowledge from the true source. The Quran Majid says, وَأْتُوا الْبُيُوتَ مِنْ أَبْوَابِهَا. Enter houses from their doors. Muayyad Shirazi argues that the Quran is divine guidance. What is so phenomenal about this guidance? Who enters door, apart from thieves, who enters houses from windows? The guidance is about the city of knowledge. Don't go here and there. This is the information age. With a click of a few keys, you have so much information. Yes. But as we are all well aware, especially physicians, AI is not always the right source for medical advice, is it? If it were so, then all hospitals, and not all hospitals, you need surgery still until that becomes automated, but all physicians would be out of business, out of work. You don't rely on it because the source needs to be trusted. For this divine knowledge, find the true source. We know that the true source is Imam Zaman and his Da'i. They have the answers. Ask the questions. Make the effort. That is up to you. Simply to say, I have doubts and then sit in a corner, that is then also up to you. You will bear the consequences of that. If you care for your soul, then make the effort. The amount of effort that you make for your body and your house here and your health here, do you even make tenth of that effort for your soul? While the body is going to perish, and the soul is your potential for the hereafter. Mu'mineen, mu'minat, may Allah Ta'ala pray salawat on Muhammad, Madinatul Ilm, and the door and gateway of that city of knowledge, Amir al-Mu'mineen, his descendants, the Imams, the 21st Imam, Tayyib Abul Qasim, Amir al-Mu'mineen, and the Imam al-Zaman, Tayyib al-Asr wal-Awan. May Allah Ta'ala shower the blessings of that salawat on his du'at mutlaqeen, salalimun najat lil murtaqeen, the staircase of salvation for those who wish to ascend. La Sima, Maulana Tahir Saifuddin, Maulana Muhammad Burhanuddin, and their successor, the true Da'i al-Mutlaq, the true 53rd Da'i al-Mutlaq, Syedna Qutbuddin. These are his barakat for him. For these barakat, I am thankful to him in every breath. Khuda Ta'ala Babaji Sahib ne Jannatul Firdaus ma afdalul jaza. May Allah Ta'ala reward Babaji Sahib in the highest echelons of heaven. And I am thankful to his successor for by my misaq to him, my allegiance to him, by seeking knowledge from him, I have conviction that I am receiving the divine guidance of the Imams, of Muhammad and Ali, of the Notaqa, the great prophets, in its true form, in its pure form. By the barakat of salawat, may Allah Ta'ala grant longest life to Aqa Mawla in full health till the day of judgment. May Allah Ta'ala grant us the strength, the tawfiq to seek His knowledge, to seek His guidance, to follow Him as He leads us to Jannat, to act upon His guidance. Ilm na sathe lazim amal she, with knowledge you must act. Inshallah, we'll speak on this again also tomorrow. Mu'mineen, Mu'minat, we pray on this Mubarak day that may, as Syedna Taher Fakhruddin has prayed, Nafsi ala Mawla al-Wara fadiya, Raihatun fi dhikrihi qadiya.
نفسي على مال الورى فاديا رائحة في ذكره غاديا.
My soul, my nafs is sacrificed for Imam Zama. Mu'mineen, Mu'minat. In that, just as Aqa Husain sacrificed his soul for the Almighty, and Ahle Bayt and Ashab, we remember them today. Why? Because they sacrificed their life with conviction in the hereafter, that their life here they sacrificed for Imam Husain, they are sure to attain Jannat in the hereafter. It is narrated that in Karbala, the Shohada, the 72 who were with Imam Husain, they were so pure, their souls were so pure, that on the day of Ashura, their debate with each other was that I will go first, I will go first. I will sacrifice my life first for Aqa Husain. In that is the ultimate reward. Mu'mineen, that lesson is there for us today, that we may sacrifice our life, our soul for haqq, for truth, for da'wat, for da'i. May Allah Ta'ala grant us the strength to do so. Mu'mineen, Mu'minat, may Allah Ta'ala, by the wasila of Panjatan, Aimmat Duaat, especially the wasila of Aqa Husain, fulfill your wishes. May Allah Ta'ala grant you the strength to prioritize the hereafter, to live a full life in this world, attain all your wishes for this world and the hereafter. May Allah Ta'ala grant you happiness in your homes, happiness in your marriage, happiness with your children, happiness and barakat in your work, with your colleagues. May Allah Ta'ala grant you happiness of dunya and akhirat. Mu'mineen, may Allah Ta'ala grant us this reward, this blessing, so that when we breathe our last breath, it is said to us, as the Quran says, Ya ayyatuhan nafsul mutma'innah, irji'i ila rabbiki radiyatan mardiyah. The Quran says that those souls, those pure souls, they will be told, O nafs mutma'inna, O soul that is now at peace, return to your Lord. Radiya mardiya. You are happy, you have been made happy. Fadkhuli fi ibadi wadkhuli jannat. Be amongst my worshippers, my ibad, now enter my paradise. Mu'mineen, Mu'minat, by the wasila of Panjatan, Aimmat and Duaat, may Allah Ta'ala grant us hasanat in this world and hasanat in the hereafter. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. May Allah Ta'ala continue the blessings of this salawat till the day of judgment.
This madh was written by Yaqutatu Da'wat al-Haq, Syedi Dr. Taher Fakhruddin. सलामुल्लाह ना बारिश वरस जो पाक इतरत पर सलातुल्लाह ना वादल वरस जो एहनी तुरबत पर नबियों पर ने खमसत पर आइम्मत पर दुआतों पर हर के रबना वलियों पर हर के रबना अहिबत पर हुसैन बिन अलियों पर करबल ना दिनों अंदर सलामुल्लाह सलातुल्लाह वरस जो कुदसी रबवत पर वो ताहिर सैफदी मौला शाह बुरहान दी मौला वरस जो सलावातुल्लाह न बारिश है न रोज़त पर हमारा प्यारा
قد أتتكم هذه الأيام تثير دفائن الأحقاد على ذوي الاعتداء على أولياء الله والعناد وتذكي نيران الأسف والحزن المتأجحة من ذوي الولاء في الأكباد وتمطر من عيونهم دموعا تحاكي صوب العهاد عزاداران حسين, people, mu'mineen, who have gathered to shed tears on Aqa Hussain, to remember his sacrifice. Muhayyad Shirazi says that these are the days. These are the days when we remember those events that fan the flames of grief and sorrow. Mu'mineen, how not so? How should it not be? Muhayyad says, والمصاب بمن كان في عصره حجة الله على كافة العباد ومن هو فلذة من كبد المصطفى كما قال صلى الله عليه وآله أولادنا أكبادنا فيا لله تلك من أولاد من أكباد وأولاد. How should our hearts not burn? And this tragedy is of, who did this tragedy befall on? It was the Hujjatullahi ala al-ibad, the very proof of the Almighty in this world. Imam alayhi salam. Which Imam? Rasulullah's grandson Husain. Rasulullah had said, Awladuna, Akbaduna, our children are parts of us. Mu'mineen, I ask you, if someone put a sword on Rasulullah and cut him, would your heart not burn? Then who is Husain? He is part of Rasulullah. Muhayyad Shirazi says, shed your tears. Shed your tears on Mustafa's grandson, part of Mustafa. The pupil of the eye of Maulatuna Fatima. The one, Husain. Mu'mineen, Muhayyad Shirazi says, وَقَدْ جُرِّعَ صَلَوَاتُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ وآله الحمامة جرعة بعد جرعة. That the enemies of Islam, the so-called Muslim but enemies of Islam, did not kill Hussein in one blow. They what did they do? They made him swallow death. One sip after another sip after another sip. How so? The 72 ashab, the Shohadaai, the Ahle Bayt. The sip of Abbas Alamdar's martyrdom. the sip of death of Ali Akbar, Husain's 18-year-old son. A hostile, cursed enemy put a spear in Ali Akbar's heart. Ali Akbar called Aka Husain. Husain rushed to Ali Akbar, saw him slain on the ground. Mu'mineen, Azadarane Husain, consider what must have Husain felt at that time, seeing his son. He took Ali Akbar's head in his lap, asked Ali Akbar, Mu'mineen, we talk about the soul, the reward of the soul. Aka Husain even in Karbala shows us. He asked Ali Akbar, Beta Ali Akbar, what do you see? This is the reward for each woman in his last breath. Ali Akbar says, Aka Husain, I see my grandfather Rasulullah. I see my grandfather Ali, Amirul Mu'mineen. I see my ma Fatima. I see Kakaji Sahib, my revered uncle Hassan. And the fifth of the Panjatan, you are in front of me. These noble souls are telling me, come, come our beloved son. Come our thirsty son. Come into paradise. Kauthar is waiting for you.
Ya Ali!
Ya Ali!
Ya!
Ali Akbar, Beta Ali Akbar, my beloved son. Give the Panjatan my salam and tell them that your Husain is also coming very soon. Mu'mineen, Husain removed the dust from Ali Akbar's forehead and said, Alad dunya ba'da kalafat. Ali Akbar, tamara pachi dunya par dhool she. Ali Akbar, this world is worthless. It is but dust for me. Ya Ali, Ya Husain.
Ya Ali!
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 फल बरछी खाए हुए सोते हो जमीन पर ए लाल कलेजे को मैं किस तरह संभालूं ए लाल कलेजे को मैं किस तरह संभालूं परवान चढ़ा लूं कोई अरमान निकालूं परवान चढ़ा लूं कोई अरमान निकालूं शायद
وَعَلَى فَتَى حُسَيْنَا وَغُرْبَتَا يَا حُسَيْنَا وَكُرْبَتَا يَا حُسَيْنَا وَضَيْعَتَا يَا حُسَيْنَا يَا موئل الاتقياء وَعَلَى فَتَى يَا حُسَيْنَا يَا سيدش شهداء
ولهفتا يا حسين وغربتا يا حسين وقربتا يا حسين وضيعتا يا حسين يا موئل الاتقياء ولهفتا يا حسين يا سيداش شهداء
Darani Husain, Muhayyad Asghar Maulana Tahir Saifuddin says, Wala Fata, Ya Husaina. My grief for Husain, my ghurbat for Husain, for my suffering Husain, for my loss Husain. For Husain is my refuge. O King of Shohada, O King of Martyrs, Azadarane Husain, one sip of death after another, until one of the last sips of death. Inshallah, we will narrate the shahadat of each and every one of these Shohada, Ahl Bayt in detail. But today, remember with Abbas and Ali Akbar, remember Ali Asghar. Husain, 6 months old, who he sacrificed in his hand. Azaadaran Husain. In the Marsiya, it is said, Ayasmahu bin nafsin nafisati dunakum. We are talking of the soul. The Marsiya says that Hussein sacrifices his life for you. Will you not shed one tear remembering Hussein? Azadaran Hussein. Hussein in his last sajda symbolized that the imamat in his succession is till the day of Qiyamat. Till the seventh Naatiq, the great prophet comes. Qiyamat comes. To prepare the way for salvation for all of us, Hussein bows down in sajda. Hussein does dua, symbolizes that in the Imam's seclusion, the Duaat mutlaqeen will guide mu'mineen towards haqq. The physicians of the soul will cure our illness, will elevate our souls. And in that dua, mu'mineen, mu'minat, I urge you to remember that Hussein recalled each and every one of us. Because of his dua, we are mu'min today, we are faithful today. We have answered the call of haqq today. We are sitting in this majlis today. We have given misaq to Husain's Syedi Taher Fakhruddin Aaqa today because of Husain's dua. And inshallah, we pray that with Husain's dua, may that blessing of Iman continue in our children, mu'min after mu'min after mu'min. Mu'mineen, Azadaran Hussein. Hussein is in sajda. Hussein is in dua. And lying shimar severs his Ras Mubarak, his head from his body. Ya Husain! Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
Ya Husain!
करो मातम हुसैना या हुसैना हुसैना या हुसैना या हुसैना करो मातम हुसैना या हुसैना जो किस्सा करबला का याद आया आज़ादारों का दिल बेहद दुखाया लहू के आश्क का दरिया बहाया करो मातम हुसैना या हुसैना अज़ादारों क़यामत का है मंजर शिमर आया लिए बेतेज खंजर शाह ने आखिरी सजदा बजाया शाह ने आखिरी सजदा बजाया करो मातम हुसैना या हुसैना बका हो तूल या रब शाहिदी की बका हो तूल या रब फख्रुद्दीन की शबे आशूर अर्जी है खुदाया करो मातम हुसैना या हुसैना ए बज़अत कर तू मातम या हुसैना जहाँ लगे दम है दम या हुसैना ये मातम ने नबी को खुश कराया करो मात हुसैन या 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 हुसैन
May Allah salawat shower upon Aqa Hussain, the greatest soul. Sayyedash Shohadaai is elevated ashab. May our lives be sacrificed on him. Ruhi alayhi al-fida, Ruhi alayka al-fida, ya Sayyedash Shohadaai. Mu'mineen, whatever virtuous words I have said in the Waaz today, I attribute to my Mawla, my Mufid, my man, my guide, Maulana Qutbuddin and his successor, Taher Fakhruddin RA. Whatever erroneous words I may have misspoken are solely my responsibility. I say these words and seek forgiveness for you and all mu'mineen. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات. الفاتحة.